Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on the Saturday, August 15th, 2020. I'd like to bring you a sad story out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It is a terrible story. I picked this source for this story because it has a picture of the young lady who was attacked at her job at a Chili's restaurant. But once you Google the story, you will see the other suspects in the storyline who attacked this young lady. It is a horrific story, and I have a short message once I'm done reading the story to you. Teenage Chili's hostess says a large group of women attacked her after she tried to enforce COVID-19 guidelines, and there is a said news video in the storyline pertaining to the attack and the interview with the young lady and her grandmother. A 17-year-old hostess at Chili's was reportedly attacked by a group of more than 11 women after she told them they could not all sit together per the restaurant's COVID-19 social distancing policies, WAFB reported. I couldn't believe like over 2 for 25s and 3 for 10s I got attacked, said Kelsey Wallace, 17, former hostess at Chili's on Constitution Avenue, in Baton Rouge. Wallace is a straight-A student at Broadmoor Senior High School at EBR Career and Technical Education Center. She's also studying to be an EMT. She has worked at the Chili's as a hostess since June to try to make some extra money. My general manager and my other managers tell us we cannot sit at a table bigger than 6 because of the coronavirus. We are not supposed to separate them, said Wallace. That policy has caused some frustration between patrons and employees recently. On Sunday, a group of 11 or more women came into the restaurant requesting to sit together at one table, and they got upset. So the first thing I did was get my manager, said Wallace. Wallace said right after she brought one of the managers out to deal with the escalating situation, she was standing right behind them and the party was still irate. That's when both of the group of women and Wallace started exchanging words, and allegedly the group of women made the first move. But then one girl come and she just hit me. We just started fighting, and everybody who they was with just started hitting me. And the lady who pushed me first, she takes the wet floor sign, cocks back and hits me with it in my eye, said Wallace. The Baton Rouge Police Department was called to do a report, but all the women had apparently left in their cars by the time officers arrived. Wallace went to the hospital. She had to get stitches above her eye. Hair was also pulled from her scalp, and she had a few broken nails. Her grandmother is in disbelief this happened to her granddaughter. I couldn't believe they would do or act like that. And then, grown women to fight a 17-year-old at her job who's trying to work and get her graduation things together so she can go off to college, said Lorraine Bird, the victim's grandmother. The manager of that specific Chili's restaurant said, this isn't tolerated and they are very sorry this happened and hopeful for a resolution soon. Wallace said she was just doing her job. I was just trying to follow the rules and make sure that I wasn't going to get in trouble, she said. Like, this is just overwhelming. I just cannot believe that this happened to me, of all people. Wallace will head back to school soon, but she will not return to Chili's. If you have any information on the women involved in the incident, they want you to call the Crime Stoppers at 225-344-7867. A representative from Chili's gave WAFB the following statement about the alleged incident. We care deeply for every Chili head and are disappointed by the incident that took place at our Baton Rouge Chili's on August 9th. We do not tolerate violent behavior in our restaurants and are taking this incident very seriously, as the safety and health of our team members and guests is our top priority. Following this unprovoked attack, we immediately provided medical attention to our team member and called the police department, who is looking into the situation. We have made several attempts to contact the impact team member and her family since the incident to provide support, but unfortunately have not received any response. So obviously Chili reached out to this young lady, and they have not gotten a response. Yeah, okay. If you need verification for the storyline, this is WDBJ7. And as I state, there's a video inside this article. You get to see the young lady. There's also near the ending of the video, the news clip, where it looks like her hair had been pulled out, so her scalp seems bald in one place or several, whatever. It's some balding spots in a bald spot in her head. And she did not return to Chili's. And I can see how this would be a mortifying situation for her, the patrons, and the staff. But let me say this. I was not there. I was not a witness. I don't condone this type of behavior. I wish she had never said anything to those ladies. Once she told them that it was only 6 to a party, and they started to chime in, go on and on, I think she should have just said, well, I will go get my manager and he can explain the rules and regulations to you. See, I feel like this. Whether I would be a child or an adult, I don't argue with a fool. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't argue with a clown. And in this situation, plural, clowns. And they were grown clowns. I would have went and got the manager, and I'd have stepped away, far away from the scene. I'd have went back in the kitchen, the other side of the restaurant, and I would let him handle it. And then if they decided they want to pull his damn hair out and tackle him and beat him with a floor sign, then that'd have been on them. Do you see where I'm going? When she decided to stand behind the manager and quit back with the other ladies, that's all it took for one of the women to press forward and put their hands on her. I would have never said anything else to those women once I went and got the manager. I would have let the manager, he or she, handle the situation with those grown alley bats. Now, another article I saw, you will see the arrests of 3 women, I think, that were arrested in this case for attacking this young lady. You know, you have to be a brazen heifer to put your hands on a child in a public place that's doing their job. And even if she was an adult, you were wrong and foul. All you had to do was just leave the establishment. You know the rules. And that's what's wrong with many of you out here. You so jiggy and so mad at the world because of COVID, as if nobody else is upset. You want to argue with people, cry about a mask, get mad over this because you can't come in without the mask, this and that. Well, this is how I feel. If you're not going to comply with the rules in your jurisdiction, your town or city, stay your ass at home. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go make a scene. You don't have to argue with the staff, the person standing at the door, security, whomever. If they ask you to wear a mask before entering the establishment, either have it or don't. Walk back out. Go get your mask or don't bring your tail back in there. And that's just the bottom line. You people are making a fool out of yourselves, arguing and bickering over something that has been enacted in most states, that you wear a mask in said businesses and restaurants. So why are you acting a fool, and in this case, beating up a child over a damn mask? And then you leave the scene before the police come because you know you're acting a fool and violated that girl's rights in there. And 9 times out of 10, they have cameras. That's how these heifers got caught, some of them. That's what you should have done in the first place, was leave the restaurant. And this is a short message to all of you out here. If you're not going to obey the rules, then don't go out. Send somebody else out to get your food or your parcels, your food, your whatever it is you're trying to get. Acting like this is childish and it's ignorant behavior, and you know better. That's my message today. Praying for this young girl. But this is a terrible situation. And also, let me say this to those who are working in retail, restaurants. If you're working in a store, you happen to cross someone's path, they don't have the mask on, whatever, like they say, go tell your manager. Don't say nothing to these people. Let your supervisor, whomever, handle the situation. And if a party or parties want to get jiggy with them, then that's on them. It won't be you. Do you understand? Because you're not the supervisor or manager. And why waste your breath arguing with the fool and worry about getting hurt? And that's the said information. Thanks for joining me from the High 10. God bless all of you. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. And this is Everyday Shenanigans. You all have a safe weekend. Mask up. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.